Recite instructions. Take an ugly but functional iron farm. Add the design of an industrial iron works, tons of blocks and a pinch of inspiration. Then bake it into something awesome. A couple of weeks ago, I built a new iron farm, an underground project I had in mind, born from trial and error. The final design is quick, simple and zombie-free. If you're curious, I'll show you how to build it in a creative world, but you can skip to the next chapter for the industrial building. These are the materials. Look, it requires just one hopper. The first row and the beds are for the farm. The last row for a bubble elevator collection system. Bring also some torches, 8 or more stacks of carrots, and enough cheap blocks of your choice to fill the holes and level the ground. Find a flat area and make it even flatter. Dig a square 9 blocks wide and 3 blocks deep. Create a square of 8 fence gates in the center. Open them. Then dig down the gates for 30 blocks. Once down, choose a side and dig a tunnel in a corner, not in the center. Dig for 9 blocks. Then place a block of soul sand and 2 signs, like this. In the opposite corner of the killing chamber, pour a bucket of water. Follow the water to the end, then place one packet ice with a pressure plate. Add more water, then another packet ice right under the signs. Start digging upwards and climb with scaffoldings. Once you're up, pour water in the hole, then jump in the pit. Remove the scaffoldings and place kelp to turn the water into water sources, then get back to the pit. Let's temporarily remove the water. On the second layer, place 3 signs, then crouch and place 6 more. Place lava above the signs. It will spread, but you're safe here. Put back the water and the killing chamber is done. Cut the carrot and whee! Cover the hole, because you don't want a fountain of iron ingots scattering everywhere. Then dig a hole like this for the collection system. You might want to add more hoppers and chests if you plan to AFK. Now stare above the chest and let the water flow. Put water in each corner of the spawning area. Dig 4 more holes in the ground following the pattern. Go down for 8 layers. Then put 5 beds in each hole. Push 2 villagers in each hole. They won't get damaged. Then breed them until they're 5, 20 in total. Cover the holes with glass and place some torches to spawn-proof the area. After a good night's sleep, the 4 groups of villagers summon iron golems in the spawning area, where they are doomed to fall into lava. I tasted the farm and it turned out to be a good one. It's just ugly. Anything, literally anything can be better than this. Cats keep spawning here and I nominate this little cutie project engineer. Do you agree? He said yes. Do you need more fish? Perfect. Let's sit down and show me your ideas. My project engineer chose the Excelsior Iron Works, a real industrial ironworks located in New York. Everything revolves around the golem spawning area. The building on the right is the iron forge, where ore is melted, and also hides the output from the bubble elevator. Transportation is important, so there will be carts and stables for horses. The building on the left is home to the administrative offices and the shop with iron-related blocks in display. The project will then expand from the back side of the building with a railway bridge and probably more industrial buildings. I love the Industrial Revolution style, I mean in real life. and I had so much fun planning this building and gathering all the resources. I need about 15 stacks of packed mud, but it's just a matter of spending some time here at the mud farm. I built a wheat farm for packed mud. The villager and his ally are a very good team, and I have more wheat than I need. There, ready for another round. Since it's an industrial building, I will also need lots of bricks, so let's gather some clay. Let's fill some buckets in the lava farm. The mini smelter is packed with clay and more is in the shulker box. I will need 11 stacks of bricks, the block, which means 44 stacks of bricks, the cooked clay, Mojan, these names are confusing. But honestly, no one cares about the grass renamed short grass. Now it's time to cook some nether bricks. I need a big smelter. Maybe it could be in the next building in my industrial revolution area. Okay, we're losing the thread here. Well, as you can imagine, I also gathered and crafted many more blocks. Gypsum tiles for the roof, quartz to decorate the walls, other details and many iron bars, blocks and items because, it's an industrial style ironworks. Aren't you already tired of hearing me say that? I need more space, and I'll terraform the area later, reshaping the terrain and connecting the path to that sheep farm you can see over the hill. A golem kindly reminded me the importance of closing all spawnable areas. Then he went for his own way. I decided to texture the bottom of the golem pond, removing the dirt. Do you see what is happening here? Texturing is so relaxing that I didn't pay any attention. Let's rewind. Watch it carefully in slow motion. Now let's follow the stream. Yes, this is how the water killed the lava. Later, I realized that all the iron golems were chilling on a cobblestone layer, showering often and chatting with each other. It was pretty crowded down there. I replaced the lava and fixed the killing chamber. Then I had to take care of the villager rooms. As you know, the ironworks is hiding a terrible secret. The iron is not smelted in the factory as they would have us believe, but it's actually generated from the mysterious actions of the villager that work in the basement. They are visible from the courtyard. So I guess they're not a big secret after all. The point is that they are already there, and we all know how annoying villagers can be, so I'm fixing their rooms while they're sleeping. The walls are made of wool, as in a padded room. I kept corridors to visit them, but they're spawn-proof, so golem will spawn where they're meant to. The courtyard is supposed to be a walking area, essential, not too clean, and without proper decorations. There will be a central entrance and 4 buildings all around the golem pool: the shop, the train station, the forge, and the stables. On the left side, there is the main street with retaining walls on what will be a river or a canal. I haven't decided yet. I used a lot of iron bars in the whole project, and all the fences are pretty nice. The building on the main road is the only one open to public. It's a shop where some samples of the iron products are displayed for people to see, so it's all nice and clean. And the only place where I put some greenery. Everything is a bit old and consumed, with the texture of granite and even mossy bricks on the lower layers. Using walls instead of full blocks also gives it a broken look. I think I managed to be very faithful to the original. I'm not sure if these pillars on the left roof are chimneys or just a decoration. I must confess that I added them because I saw them in the picture. The storage room is filled with iron products from the factory. Ah, our customer will never have to know the truth. All those gentle creatures were modeled so that they could purchase all these iron items. Let's move on with the forge. The iron ingots fountain is very funny, but it can stay. The forge is decorative. We're not really dealing with ores, but it's also functional because it hides the output from the farm. Let's build the useful part first with the tiniest sorter ever that sends poppies to a composter and a pile of barrels to store the iron ingots. The forge has the same color palette of the main building. The iron bars windows that are just perfect for this kind of buildings. I'm not using wood here because I will add a lava bath. The roof is in deep slate tiles with iron bars and glass to let the light in. The chimney is over the bubble column with a gradient that grows darker as if the smoke has turned it black during the years. The smaller chimney is above the melted iron bath that I am about to build. In a real forge, ores are supposed to be smelted in a big vat, and so far, a conveyor belt leads to the vat. The flue is connected to the small chimney on the roof, and some lava can be the molten iron. Near the forge, I am building the stables for the horses that pull the carts. Some water from a real working fountain, and so all the horses will have water to drink. I'm not a big fan of netherrack, let's face it, it's an ugly block, but I really like it as a texturing for mangrove planks. I'll bring some horses soon, but we're in a savanna biome and I don't see any around here. On the back of the forge, I'm building a little overhang for some coal storing. If you're asking what's the coal for, you'll see it in a minute. Let's take a break, enjoying this beautiful sunset while looking at what we have done so far. We started with a farm covered by a flat surface that now is surrounded by nice buildings and features, the forge, the shop, the stables. But what are we gonna build there? Well, it's not an industrial style without steam trains, and it was at least 5 minutes since the last time I said industrial style. So this will be the terminal for our railway that will go through this valley over an old-style iron bridge. Time to get back to work. 2 lines of rails will start from this station with a classical design. A third line is on the right, but it's just can I say a parking lot? Anyway, let's focus on the station. It has a slightly different palette from other buildings with terracotta and a touch of granite. Some coal and other goods are just being shipped here, while the iron ore is already on the belt that we built before. The station is a simple rectangle and the roof has iron and glass windows, like all the beautiful European central stations from the century. I must say, it was also a way of lighting the roof so that it looks nicer at night, and it's also spawn-proof. I put glass over the iron bars, while in the forge roof, the iron bars are on the top. It's a simple trick to make them look different, and the station roof is more elegant, as it's supposed to be. On the third line of rails, I'm building an open freight wagon, placing levers under the base so that the pistons and iron trapdoors are open. The wagon is still full of coal, and don't worry if the race goes into the void, I will fix it and build a bridge soon. I had to travel to find 3 horses. I also choose the ones with a nice coat. Did you know that there are 7 horse colors in Minecraft, each with 5 different markings, making 35 different combinations? How many different horses did you find in your Minecraft world? fine. Let's design this bridge. First, the foundation block, a large stone base for the piers. We will need 4 or 5 of these blocks. The piers are connected by 2 lines of nether brick walls, one at the top and one at the bottom, like this. Between the piers, I want a nether fence pattern. It should act as a reinforcement, but mostly look good. Maybe larger. That's it. So, with the bridge design set, I clear the area and get rid of the villager house in the background. The railway is, as it should be, pretty repetitive, and I build it quickly. An Enderman wanders around, judging the texture of the foundation blocks, the bridge design, and all my decisions. And I'm trying to ignore him for many good reasons. But the Enderman is not totally wrong, for I'm not sure where I'm going from here and where this railway should go. I will build some modules of the bridge in this direction. Then maybe it should curve to the right and reach that hill. I guess the rest will depend on what I will build here. We will see. I'm adding a couple of lampposts to provide light with a classic design made of blackstone, which recalls the cast iron lamppost that you can still see in so many cities. And I'm adding a splash of color with some azalea leaves. I know, a hopper would have covered the bottom side of the leaves, but I tried and I didn't like it. I'll go with the blackstone wall. It's my call. This is the ironworks with the shaders. Just imagine to step back in time. It's sunset, so all machinery is stopped. The horses are resting in the stables and the workers have left. It's a busy place during the day, with golems spawning and trains whistling, but now everything is so peaceful. And this is the other side of the building. Look at all the details, the rain gutters, the signs, the texturing. Let's pay a visit to the shop, where businessmen from all over the country can see some samples and talk to the owner, yes, our cat, who is running the place now. I'm so happy and also surprised how nice these ironworks turned out. Anyway, this area is pretty empty, the road goes nowhere, and I'm gonna fill it soon with new similar projects. So stay tuned, subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed it, it helps a lot. Thank you all for watching and see you soon!